Hmm. Any better with the voice or no?
What's going on, my guy?
Not much. Hey, what's up? Does my voice sound good?
Yeah,
Yes. All right.
sound good to me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Switching my mic over. Seems like, I don't know, the way this Zoom is on YouTube, it seems like it's super close.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to adjust some things. I'm enjoying my new display case though. Made a huge difference.
Oh, yeah, it looks nice back there. I see it.
Yeah, I also got some other things in as well. Um, to change up my background. It came in recently. I got my new studio lights in as well. So after the live stream, I'm gonna be busy changing some things.
Okay. I see you got the Sun-Kissed Island in the center,
Yeah.
right up front.
Yep. 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 Yeah. George was nice enough to send me some free posters my way because that'll blend in with my background. I found this really cool, like it's like graffiti uh, artwork, and
Okay.
it fits my personality because I'm an edgy kind of guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna figure it out, do some measurements, and get it hooked up on the back of my wood paneling there. And then when the Zaharoff posters come in, Imma also put them up. And I got these cool, like, color changing effect lights as well that just do different things. So eventually, I think I'm just gonna do my own thing, cut out pieces of wood for my name, SP, and hang them up back there.
Nice.
So,
I said my place right now is kind of small, my little area. So I said I'm not doing nothing else
yeah,
until I move. I got a bunch of ideas and things I want to do, but
yeah,
until I move and get more space,
yeah, I hear
already
you.
ran out of space for fragrances in general.
Yeah. Oh, one guy asked, "Best niche summer fragrance in 2026?" Oh, summer niche. Well, sadly, my favorite one, it's discontinued. I would have to say Sunkissed Island.
Mm.
Hands down. That's just the limited run. Another one? Hmm. Well, I would probably say Day 3 Trace Oros.
As amazing as Tres Oros is, I, I like it more for summer nights
Yeah,
because the sentiment in there is kind of heavy. I'm just
yeah,
looking at my day 3 collection. The one I'm gonna talk about today is actually amazing for summer.
yeah.
Um,
I
day
forgot
3,
about that one.
uh, day three's newest one, Edge of Eden, is good for summer. Um, Del Mar, Bonnie is more summer
Yeah,
vacations.
that's right.
Del Mar and the Scandalo are both great picks from day 3. But besides the one I'm gonna talk about today, um, I would probably go.
Mansera
Either,
Vetiver Sensual's another good one for summer.
Yeah.
little more affordable.
I would honestly say probably 40 knots or Renaissance could both work
Yeah,
well in high heat without being too cloying, as well as just giving you a fresh, like cooling feel, refreshing feel. I would say, but yeah, I would probably
speaking
agree
of
those
summer,
two.
today I did an interesting scent of the day. It was more like a combo, and it
Okay.
actually both of them worked really, really well. Now, when I do layered combos, I don't spray directly on the next one, I just spray in a different place. So, I
Same
went
thing.
with, um, Elysium by Raja,
Mm.
and I went with Creed Royal Water, and I sprayed
Mm.
Creed Royal Water on my forearms, and that was it. And I just did a few sprays on my neck, and I was good for the morning and the, day, so it smelled really interesting, very fresh, very vibrant, uplifting, and I th that's one of my hands down, one of my favorite blue fragrances all times when it comes to a niche fragrance,
That
and
that Creed Royal Water. I haven't got my nose on that one. Um, I smell, what is it, Royal Oud. Yeah, Royal Oud, but I haven't smelled Royal Water. What is
Royal Water is, it's very clean, refreshing, it has a beautiful peppermint. It's kinda
it? Okay.
like the leafy part of peppermint. Think of, like, something like herbal tea,
Okay.
but that kind of peppermint smell, very, very refreshing, uplifting, and bright. Some citrus, kinda salty. It kinda has a herbal tone to it. Then you get about 6 hours, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like if you're gonna be outside in the heat for more than
yeah, I
6
want
hours,
something light.
and you want to just bring fragrances. Not many fragrances are gonna last that long in super high heat anyway. But
Yeah.
the high oil concentration.
Alright. Thoughts on smoking hot. Would you agree it's more masculine version of angel share? Eh, I'm not a huge fan of angel share other than the one you got, which was angel share on the rocks. I
To
like that
me,
one better than the others. Parodies is nice, but
I like
that's for
Versace too.
fall. I
Yeah,
can't wear that during the summer.
yeah, correct. And as far as smoking hot goes, I would say I don't think it's a masculine version of angel share. I think they're completely two different fragrances. Did my mic
Yeah.
go out? Can you hear me
Yeah, I could hear you.
okay? But to me, smoking hot is more of a smoky, uh, shisha,
What's up,
fruity,
Grim?
like a smoky, fruity shisha style fragrance, in my opinion. So I wouldn't compare it to the sweet booziness style of fragrance of Asia. To me, they took two.
Dior Home Intense grows on you. Agree? Yeah, that's beautiful fragrance.
Let's see, chat.
And hey, what's up, Grim? How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. And whatever your riddle is, sir, keep it to yourself, especially if it's negative.
I'm gonna pull a chat up on my phone because for some reason it's not showing on screen. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, JJ? Ooh, Noir Extreme tonight. Good choice, good choice. Why is Viking hated so much? Creed Viking? That's kinda I never smelled that one, so I wouldn't be able to answer that one. The only ones I'm really familiar with by Creed is, Royal Oud, Royal Water, Erofa, Original Vetiver, and Wild Vetiver, and Aventus. But
might be
I
able
hear
to
Viking is pretty good.
I might be able to answer this question. Viking gets a lot of hate overall simply because to a lot of people in the community, it smells like a higher quality Old Spice.
Okay, so it's spicy.
Yeah, it's super spicy. And it literally it smells like a niche version of Old Spice. Higher
Okay,
quality, a little bit
so a
slightly
high
different.
quality Old Spice.
Correct.
It's funny. That's funny. I still own Old Spice cologne to this day,
I,
but
I ain't touched Old Spice, Axe, Bod, none of those body sprays from the early 2000s since the early 2000s.
yeah, I have a bottle of Old Spice cologne. I sometimes will wear that once in a while, once in a blue moon. It's kinda like a family tradition, you know? My dad that was, like, going back to one of my older colognes I've worn when I was younger, which was, like, Royal Copenhagen, Casual Massey Greenbrier, which is kinda like Green Irish Tweed by Creed, and Old Spice cologne. So and it smells good, it's classic, some people still like it, but let's not get off topic. So, welcome everyone to Fragrance Madness, where me and Soulful Sente talk about why our top picks may be better, that is good for daily wear and work settings. And my top pick is no other than, Versace Dylan Blue. This fragrance to me seems to refuse to die year after year. To regular people, it just smells good. And to me, this thing just ridiculously smells good. And for some reason, it just keeps surviving year after year. And it opens with this bright citrusy aroma. And then you get that smooth ambroxan and incense in the dry down. And then it turns into that deeper dark blue vibe. You know, some frag enthusiasts may call it basic. It's not the most unique or not the most niche, but it survives so many generations. And I find it to be a nice compliment puller. And one of the most unique things that stands out for me, you could wear this almost anywhere and never feel out of place. It's such a beautiful fragrance. I personally feel like this is probably Versace's, if not the best. From the Pour Homme line, I think this one is the best one. And I would take this over Blue Day Chanel. I outgrew Blue Day Chanel. I'm not a huge fan of Chanel really anymore, except the only one that I own is the Chanel Allure Home Sports Superleggera. I had BDC, I had the original, I had the EDP. Parfum's lovely. The new version, I have a decant. I'm not crazy for it.
That's less exclusive or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I did buy a full bottle, but I left it unopened because I was on the fence, and I realized I had a 10 mil decant, and after I spent some time with it, on my skin alone, I got, like, roughly, I think, 5 hours, so I'm like, I own Raja Elysium. I have Versace Dylan Blue. I really don't need another blue fragrance, so I returned it, and I bought, MFK Aqua Media Cologne Forte instead,
That's a good choice.
and that's another good one that Dutch recommended to me, so I bought that one, and I see that one kinda catches a lot of hate, but I gotta tell you, some of the days when we had some high weather out
Mm-hmm.
here, high 80s, that one performed so good. I was hitting that 7.5, 8 hour mark with that fragrance. So I was impressed. So I'm happy I bought that. So I went with Dylan Blue today because one of my subscribers asked me to do like a review, which I already got that done. That'll be up on Thursday. And I recently got reminded why this fragrance people still react to it in 2026 and why it refuses to die to this day. People love it. I like
Yeah,
it. So,
I gotta say, you made a bold claim saying Dylan
yeah,
Blue is better than Blue de Chanel. That's a bold claim.
yeah,
I honestly don't agree. I enjoy Dylan Blue, but when it comes to the designer blues, Blue de Chanel, for me, the EDP is king. A lot of people like the Parfum, but that smells too much like an older gentleman, I should say, to be. But the EDP, it gives you the best of both worlds between the bright and freshness of the EDT and the woods masculinity of the Parfum. As much as I love Dylan Blue, I do enjoy it, but I cannot put it above Blue de Chanel.
I
But
can.
uh, and that's why fragrance is definitely subjective to
Yeah, it
everybody
is.
in
Absolutely.
in their individual tastes. But my top pick, we said for the summertime, high heat, everyday driver that you can also wear to work. My pick is from the house of Day 3, a fragrance that's fresh, aromatic, has a more woody, a fresh woody dry down, some fresh spice. Yeah, I seen it in the thumbnail. It's none other than Desert Rain. One of their new release, they actually have a part 2 coming out to this. But when I think summertime, I think of something that has a cooling feel to it, something light, something that is going to at least give me 6 hours because most times in the summertime, even when you're at the beach, you're not spending more than 6 hours outside in the heat. So I'm looking for at least 6 hours. This gives me 7.5. You get great projection, great sillage. You got some bergamot, some juniper berry that gives you this fresh citrus aromatic ties. You got some beautiful aldehydes. You have a sweet, smooth leather recording here. And when I say leather, it's not your typical, masculine leather feel of leather. No, the leather in here gives it, like I said, this sweetness that ties in very well with this desert rain accord that Michael Paul created. Um, and that desert rain, it reminds you basically of the air right before it rains, if that makes sense to anybody.
Yeah,
How the air, it gets cool, it gets, slightly sweet. So you got that with some aldehyde, some bergamot, and then it dries down to this fresh, lightly spiced, woody, style DNA, while still keeping that rain, that fresh rain smell. And that's honestly what I want in a high heat fragrances or a fragrance I'm wearing to work. Something that's going to be mass appealing while still being unique, as well as it's not overpowering or too offensive, or because people know you the cologne guy. This is something that it blends and wears light while still making your presence known without being offensive. So Desert Rain, House of Day 3, uniqueness in a bottle while still being mass appealing. They nailed, if that's what they was going for, they nailed it. Unique, my style, still being mass appealing for everyday driver. Summertime high heat. Can't go
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. I still have my discovery set from day 3. I have that one. I think I have them all that I think he sent me a few extras, but yeah, Desert Rain, that's a nice one too.
Have you
Um,
spent some time with it yet?
Yeah, I spent a little bit of time with it. Um, it's not bad. Um, my you know, clean, refreshing. What I like about it, like you said, it has that cooling effect to it. And it's different, that's for sure. It's different than all the other bottles in my wardrobe that I have. I wouldn't mind having it sometime. Um, I what I was been wearing the most from day 3 is the, new one, the Edge of Eden.
Yeah, that was
I
my scent
enjoy
of the day.
yeah, I enjoy that one quite a bit, Midnight Raspberry's great too, but that's evening scents. That's for, like, fall and winter, but Edge
Beautiful
of Eden
fragrance.
yeah, Edge of Eden's is a beautiful fragrance, and, you know, I wore that not too long ago again. I've caught a lot of attention, compliments with that one, which is strange because, it's not every day you're gonna, get compliments, but when I
True.
wear certain fragrances, like, from day 3, Sahara, or whatever, I sometimes will land compliments. Some days I get reactions, some days I don't, it all depends.
One thing when it comes to compliments, you really gotta know you gotta be outside, you gotta be around
Yeah,
people. Like me, every day I drive trucks. I'm by myself. So I
yeah,
don't
so
expect to get a compliment on work days because I'm not around a lot of people. The people that I am around, they already know me as the fragrance guy. So unless I just wear something they've never smelled before, then they'll bring it up to me. But they already know I'm the cologne guy, I'm the fragrance guy. I always.
yeah,
So if you want compliments, I think EQ said this once before. You got to be outside. You got to touch grass. You got to be go out there and mingle with the people, whether that's brunches, luncheons, functions, cigar bars, club, you know,
yeah,
anywhere where people is going to be at, you have to go outside and be with the people. You have to, you have to dress not, dress to the nine with a full suit and thing, but you got to look presentable. Your
yes,
facial expression, you got to look approachable. If you out there mean mugging the whole time, you can smell like the best man in the world. But if you don't look approachable, nobody's gonna feel comfortable enough coming up to you and giving you that compliment or even asking you what you have simply because you don't look approachable. You can't
yeah,
be looking like this and expect people to come up and say, "Hey man, uh, I noticed you smell really nice. I was wondering what you got on." Nobody's gonna come and talk to you, in any way or shape or form. You out there mingling. And I have a bad problem with that. So, but
yeah.
I would.
Anytime I go to the corner gas station, the cashiers there, they already know who I am. They know I have a channel. They know I review fragrance, and, I went up there yesterday, and they asked, like, "Man, you're always wearing something nice. Anytime you come up here, it's a different scent, and so far, what you've been wearing smells amazing." And yesterday, I wore one of my I think it was Amongst Waves by Gallagher Fragrance, which is, you know, totally different. And after I spent some time with it, I could say this: it's different than the majority of the average fresh aquatic or blue fragrance. It
Okay.
opens with this very nice zesty lime. You got some honeydew in there, pomegranate, and I wanna say maybe a hint of ginger as well, but it's very, very clean. And then in the dry down, you got patchouli, some vanilla. It wears light, but it's very noticeable, and it's perfect for high heat, and it's one of the most unique characteristics with Amongst Waves is It has this unique floral of tulip, and it smells beautiful. So the cashiers asked, "What are you wearing today? This is different. I never smelled anything like this. This is beautiful. You
Hmm.
smell good." And I was just going up there to get some gas and a few other things. And I said, "I'm wearing Amongst Waves by Gallagher Fragrance." And she's like, I like the name. I never heard of that brand. So I pulled up the website. I showed it to her. I'm like, they sell discovery sets. You could buy single samples as well. They're not too expensive. So she ordered right on her break, she ordered a discovery set
Oh, nice.
to, to check them out. So they do have a couple, they got a new release coming at the end of this month, and they sent me a free sample of it. So I can't wait to check it out. And I have I email um what's her name? Mindy at Gallagher Fragrance. Her
Okay.
husband is the nose behind the perfuming. He does everything. And I gave her my feedback from my last live stream, and I gave her feedback from, I got a compliment on Amongst Waves, let her know. And she, I appreciate the feedback. We would like to know if we could send you another sample pack, and we'll include our newest release for the pearlescent line. And
Okay.
I'm curious to see what you say about that one. So I have it. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm gonna save it for my regular live stream on Sunday. But
Nice.
I saw the little scent card and what's in it. It's good. It looks good. It looks interesting. So, you know, sometimes I'll get compliments from my neighbors or wherever I go where I'm out riding. It
Yeah.
all depends where I'm going too, you know? If I'm on my bike, I'm gonna wear something a little heavy, a little dark, because it fits that vibe that I like. And if I'm going out to eat or I'm going to a get together, I'm probably gonna wear something playful, a little more professional. It all depends. So,
Definitely understandable. I trying to think the last sample that I've tried. Fink's got a new fragrance coming out. It's a pomegranate fragrance. Can't think of the name of it, but I got a sample from them. They was doing free samples. All you had to do was pay for shipping and whatnot. And that came in and was actually really good. I'm gonna do probably a review on it sometime in the upcoming week. I wore it once just to get my nose on it, get familiar with it, but beautiful pomegranate with some. They did strawberry well, similar to how the Clean Team's Get Right fragrance did
oh yeah,
strawberry and berry oud. It
okay.
they don't smell the same, but they do have kind of the same vibe. The way they did the pomegranate and strawberry note together. I
Hmm.
can't remember what the dry down was. It was a woody dry down or a muskrat down because I only wore it once. But I did enjoy it. I can definitely see myself, wearing it again and potentially getting a full bottle. I got a couple of others. I'm waiting to come back and stop from them. Then I'm gonna place another order because they have some very good bundle deals at good prices. So I think I might as well, wait and get them all at the same time if I do decide to go with them.
Yeah. I I will eventually get around to adding Get Right fragrance to my wardrobe.
I
And
highly recommend.
oh yeah, I pulled the trigger and got a discovery set.
Okay.
And when I got my nose on Barry Oud, I was like, man, that is good. Instantly, I messaged dude on Instagram, like, I agree. Barry Oud, that is fire.
How did you like Road Special?
That was good too. That was interesting. If I'm not mistaken, I could have sworn there was maybe a peach in that one. I think there's peach besides rose. I think I got peach on my skin, or maybe it's something else that is
It
giving
could
me
have
that
been.
aroma, but Rose Special was good. I enjoyed Purple Label. That's got a beautiful coconut in there.
Yeah,
That was a good one. But my favorite is Berry Oud.
I agree.
That
Very,
I think that's his best one.
very
Best,
oud,
like,
and
best
then
creation. That's a good one.
rose. Yeah, very oud and rose special. Rose special came off as a very nice, jammy,
Yeah.
creamy rose. More of a creamier, woody rose dry down style
Yeah.
fragrance. It has some fruits or some citrus in there. I can't remember. Uh, that's the next one I do plan on picking up. Purple Label was another. That was a good like daily drive. Somebody was looking for
Yeah, it
like
is.
signature scent. Um, it's a nice blue fragrance, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was either black or I think chrome, black chrome or black. It was one of those three. I like as
Yeah.
well. But I
Yeah.
couldn't really necessarily remember. But I know Rose Special and then either Purple Label or whatever the other one was. I plan on getting all three of those.
Yeah. I'm eventually the last time I spoke to him, I said, "Eventually, I will get a full bottle. I will grab one. It's probably gonna be Berry Oud, or I might get the Purple Label."
Yeah,
So it's between those 2, and he's like, "Yeah, let me know. Shoot an email, and we'll go from there. Figure it out." Um, Other than that, I do have TLTG Reviews, fragrance finally coming to my way, Pleasure Over Business.
I got that
I'm
and
looking
Soda
forward to
Elixir.
that. Um, I had a decant of the original uh, Business Over
Over
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Yeah,
It was fresh, kinda soapy, kinda like that shower gel vibe, but better quality.
yeah.
It was nice.
I liked
Different,
it.
but it's great for, like, work setting that feels professional, that
Yeah,
kinda stuff. So, I'm interesting to see with this higher concentration what pleasure over business is gonna be like. I'm assuming it'll be the opposite of the original, and from what I gather and what he said, it's quite, like a I guess I could put it like a knockout for a far as performance goes, it's pretty strong and potent.
and that's what I'm hoping for because Business Over Pleasure for me, it it lasts, but it wasn't the best projector of my skin.
Mm,
So it was more of a skin scent, real sit close to the skin, didn't project as much, but it did last, even
yeah,
with it being, a lower concentration. So I'm just hoping, I get a little bit more projection off it. I did like it, and that's why I ended up not getting a bottle. I wish I had a bottle just so I can have, in my collection.
yeah,
But I'm looking forward to Pleasure Over Business as well as Soul Elixir. The second Soul to me is probably my second favorite fragrance from the House of Horror. Uh, and as a whole, I'm sitting up here looking. Yeah, yeah. Second Soul is definitely my second favorite from the house.
yeah,
So
I was lucky to get my nose on Second Soul, Brass and Soul.
I,
Um,
I wasn't a fan of Brassy Soul.
one of my other subs I met in the Zed Lounge, he sent me 10 decants out of his personal collection, and he
Nice.
sent me Brass and Soul and Second Soul. Brass and Soul was okay. Wasn't my favorite,
Hmm.
but Second Soul, yeah, that's top tier. That, to me, my personal opinion, that's a 10 out of 10 all day. I thought Second Soul
Wow,
was beautiful.
that's high praise.
Yeah, I had a nice sized decant, and I had I had my yearly physical, so when I saw my doctor, I had that on. And immediately she walked in, she's like, my, do you smell good?" That is sexy. And that's coming from my doctor, and she cracks me up. And I told her, "Well, I review cologne. I have a channel on YouTube." She subscribed to my channel, and every now and then, I'll get comments from her, and I think that's cool.
Yeah,
So,
it's
she
dope.
liked what I smelled, and I liked it. It was a beautiful scent, and, so I woulda got Sol Elixir, but given the fact I stick to my budget every month, I don't wanna go over, so I decided to just get pleasure over business, and with some of these new studio lights I also bought that I gotta set up and do test videos, see how everything appears. I
Yeah,
didn't wanna go too crazy,
definitely
so
understand. That's shows discipline. You stick
yeah,
to
it
that stuff.
does.
Because I will go 2, 3, 4 months buying nothing, and then spend 1,000, 1,500, and buy 6 fragrances at one time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I get it. I get it.
I
I get
did that last year during Black Friday, and I spent over $2,000 on cologne,
it. Yeah. I mean,
and
with
I'm like, I said, "I'm not doing that again."
I mean, for me, I have a budget for fragrance purchasing,
Yeah.
whether it's samples, full bottles, or whatever that I have each month. And whether I buy some or I don't, I still sit that money to the side. That way, if something comes up like the new Roger Serenity blend, um, I smelled it initially. I hated it. I was like, I don't understand why people are hyping this up. I truly didn't. About 10, 15 minutes later, walking around the store, I came back to it and I was like, oh my God, like this can't be the same fragrance. Like I'm gonna get it and do a review on it, but in the opening on my skin, it smelled like straight disgusting earth.
What
Like
was it?
Serenity Blend, Rose's noise release.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it smelled like straight dirty earth. Literally 10, 15 minutes later, it smelled like one of the most beautiful citric, smooth and creamy, floral, tea based woody scents.
I haven't
I
got my nose on it yet.
I highly recommend it. I don't even recommend Rosia often because of the price point
Yeah.
that most of them are at.
Oh, yeah,
That
I know.
honestly, I only have one Rosia. And now that I think about it, it's two more that I want to get, but I highly recommend that one simply because
Yeah, I'll
it blew me away.
sample it.
Right, and
The only
it
2 Rosias I own is the Elysium Parfum Cologne, which is up there, and Burlington 1819.
that's the only one
The
I
only
own.
2. And it's,
Interesting.
and there's other frag heads I'm friends with, I talk to, and I get DMs on IG besides who I talk to all on there all the time.
Yeah,
"Man, you gotta try this Rosier, you gotta try this one." I'm like, "Eh," you know?
I've tried a few of them, but none
The
of
other
them.
one I like from Rosia, and I have, I think, probably 20 sprays left in it, is Raja Amber Oud. That is a phenomenal scent. I have to agree with, Mr. Cologne 76.
Mhm.
Amber Oud is magic in a bottle. It's such a beautiful fragrance. The dry
Okay,
down, I love so much. I
gotcha.
would like to get a full bottle of that one sometime, but hey, what's up, dame?
Salute,
Son
my
of the
guy.
day, Armoff Dunescape. Okay, nice.
I was just about to say what up, the thing. I just didn't want to cut you off. But
Yeah.
yeah, Amber IU from Roja is definitely one. I plan on adding that one, Serenity Blend, and I think it's called No Way or New Way. Uh,
New Way. Yeah, I
yeah,
saw that one.
it's 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 very light, unisex, lean, feminine, but it's beautiful.
I
But it's beautiful.
I think, can't think of the guy's name, but he's I think, I think he has that one, and he did a little bit of content on that one on Instagram, and I know Charm City commented. I think it has I think that one has a beautiful rose in it.
It does. It does.
So, yeah, when you said the name, I'm like, "Hmm, that's got rose in it, I think."
And
So
you
I
know that's
probably
my
would enjoy that.
favorite note. So
Yeah, yeah, it
I I,
is.
I, I plan on getting it for sure. Uh,
Yeah,
the like I said, it leans a little bit feminine, but I do not care. I'm gonna dress it up and make that thing work. They
yeah.
got some
I'm
nice
gonna
sixties
order
in it too.
I'm gonna order another 10 mil from Boadicea the Victorias.
Which one you looking at?
The one you told me about a while back. Um,
Summertime, wintertime.
it's another rose besides Ardent.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
the best rose fragrance out there. I would stand 10 toes down and argue that point to anybody.
Yeah, I was gonna order a 10 mil of that and check that one out. Um, I got Ardent, the little
Ar-
10 mil because it's
Arden is
good.
good.
I like it. It's a beautiful scent. When I first sprayed it on skin while I was getting familiar with it, I'm like, this is different. And I kind of picked up I think there was like cacao in it, maybe in the dry down.
Yeah, I think so. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, rose, cacao. Hmm, interesting. That was good. And then the other two samples that I got with it was I got another backup of 1907 and Night of Love. Man, Night of Love.
It doesn't have
So
cacao.
good.
It's probably the patchouli you was smelling. I just looked up the notes because I wasn't sure if Arden had cacao in it, but it's probably the patchouli that's giving it that
Maybe
cacao
it's a
effect.
chocolatey patchouli.
Hmm.
I've come across patchouli that comes off like chocolatey.
Correct.
Um, Javoy Psychedelic, that
That's
one
one.
has a chocolatey patchouli in it.
Yep.
Yeah, it can be challenging for some people, but that's a beautiful fragrance.
And you said Night of Love. I'm about to look that one up. I heard people talking about it, but
Night of
I
Love,
I haven't put my
yes.
nose on it.
Spence, not so famous YouTuber, he loves that one.
Not so famous
It's
YouTubers.
such a good fragrance. It's a beautiful scent.
So the main accords is aromatic, woody, fresh with
Yes.
spice, tobacco, allspice,
It's
citrusy,
kind of green too, but it's got some beautiful florals in there.
juniper, bergamot,
Yeah,
cardamom,
kind of
sweet
pine.
pepper, rare berries in the top, cashmere, damask rose, magnolia, velvet, and in the base you got tobacco, moss, sandalwood, leather, amber. I'm gonna have to
I think
sample.
there's tobacco too.
Yeah, tobacco as well.
Yeah, it's good. It's such a phenomenal scent.
Yeah, I might have to get a sample of that one. I might
So,
not, probably won't get it from the Odysseus website, but
no.
I'll probably definitely check that one out. My next full bottle, like I said, from Odysseus is definitely going to be and and then probably No Way, either Serenity Brand or No Way. So one of those three, or one of those two plus Desmond's going to be my next full bottle.
Yeah, there's a couple. I'm only looking at a couple fragrances by next month. I'm waiting for the new release coming from Zaharoff, and I'm gonna get,
I get
my first unique luxury fragrance,
which
and
one?
I went through the sample, and I think it's Beryl, Beril. I am hooked to that scent. I love it.
Unique Luxury.
Yeah. Beril. And
Yeah.
it's a little more, it's kind of personal for me why I like it, but besides that, it's like citrusy floral forward, kind of a citrus aquatic. I think I picked up some honey in there, some rose, but it's such a beautiful fragrance, and it's great for the summer, and that one I want in my for my wardrobe
I
after I
know.
spent some time with the sample.
I never heard of it before when you said something, but I'm looking at the note breakdown and it actually looks appealing. Like you said, citrus with some florals,
Yeah.
nice musky, ambery dry down.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful, and the way it opens up, I feel like with the top notes and maybe the floral, it kinda gives off this, like, honeyed nuance. It's so good.
Okay,
It's
I'm gonna,
it's really good.
I'm gonna have to get my
Yeah.
nose on and get a sample of that.
Yeah,
'Cause
I really, really like it.
unique and luxury has been a house that I really enjoy. Is getting up there, and my favorite. If I was to do a top five fragrance houses, unique and luxury would be in mind. I got
Yeah.
what 500 brands so far, and I was thinking about getting one more. Can't remember. No, I just got it. Vinci, but that's a great house. All
Yeah.
around, that's a great house.
Yeah, I still gotta get, um, Deep Ocean Amber by Suspiro. I still gotta add that one. I killed my sample. That's another one that Dutch got me into. That is a beautiful take when it comes to an amber fragrance, but it's more dark for like a it's a darker oceanic kind of style of a scent. You got Elemi, Ambret, Styrax, and you got this really nice amber in the dry down, and that's where the magic happens. I had
Okay.
a nice size sample, and I spent quality time with it, and I'm like, yeah. And I agree with Dutch. So many people sleep on it. It's a hidden gem. It's a really, really good one.
Hey,
And
hey, Dane, if you still here in the comments, he said that's that Oman Jane DNA done better. Which one was you?
yes.
Which one was he talking about? You know,
Let's see. Ormond Jane DNA done
done better.
better.
Yeah, I was trying to because
Which
I heard that.
one?
Yeah, that's what I was asking him so I can know which one he was talking about. Because I heard a lot about Oman Jane, but I just haven't got
Night
around
of
to.
Love. Yeah, but which
Okay,
DNA from Ormond Jane? Which fragrance from Ormond Jane?
so, yeah, I heard a lot about Oman Jane. I just never got around to
The only
get my
ones
nose on.
I'm familiar with by Ormond Jane is Vetiveria, which is a really cool, like year-round, clean, green vetiver. When it comes to vetiver, that one's good. But and Montebaco Rio, that's the only other one I'm familiar with. I haven't really checked out anything else from Ormond Jane. And
Yeah,
still, I still
tobacco.
haven't had Vetiveria yet, and I eventually will. But
I haven't checked out nothing from the line. I heard Rio is good. I heard Montabac itself is good. I think Montabac, um, it's like I guess a play on it's the whole Montabac line. I heard is really good. So I need to get a sample set or something and
yeah,
figure it out. But it's so much I want to sample between Oman J. I want to
oh,
sample
okay.
Cosmo, the House of Cosmo. Um, there's a few other houses I want to get a sample set of and check out.
So Dane said it's the Ormond Jane, Montebaco, and intensive DNA, but done better.
Okay, to see that's another one I heard is really good. Man,
So
I might have
yeah,
to, I might have to check it out. Get a sample of Night of Love. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. In fact, I'll be right back. But I got there's another Gallagher release that came out really good. I'm gonna
Okay.
go grab it. But speaking of that, this is what I think that's. I think they're over here. So, yeah, I think they're right. Yeah. Anyways, I'm back.
Oh,
Um, Gallagher came out with a new fragrance this year. And this is why I'm kind of on the fence with Desert Rain, because I recently got my nose on Ginfinity by Gallagher Fragrance.
okay.
And this one really has my attention. And let me
What is?
it's got it opens with this really nice let me make no, I think it might be in this. I think the card. It's got gin. It's got coastal botanicals accords. It's got this really beautiful coconut, or not coconut, but like cucumber water to it.
Okay.
And you can really get that essence of that coconut or cucumber. And it's done right to perfection. I really like how it performed on my skin. And I might just pull the trigger on that.
Okay.
And I'm trying to I have it right here. Um, got a little sample. It's pretty good. It's fairly new. It's very clean, but the way that gin is on skin, it has this like kind of like saltiness to it from the gin.
Mm.
And
Cute compliment with a salty gin.
it's got like these really nice coastal botanicals to it. And yeah, I'm thinking about that one because I really like Gallagher. I'm a fan of the David's work,
Yeah.
and I want something a little different. And I think I'm gonna pull the trigger and get Ginfinity. And I like the story behind it and how it came to life. And it, during that COVID-19 lockdown, some cities, some states, a lot of places, you couldn't really do too much.
Yeah.
And so that fragrance is inspired by one of their favorite gin brands. Forget the name of it, but he decided to bring his favorite gin brand to life. And he ended up,
Cucumber gin. Could be Bombay.
uh, I think it was more of like a higher end luxury gin
Okay.
brand.
Makes sense.
It starts with a H. I think it's Irish gin because he's Irish,
Okay.
and um they had this cocktail that had cucumber in it and what they were drinking. So he was inspired and said, "You know what? Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do." So I really like it, and it's really good. It's different. and I think Dutch heard a few good things about it. Some people have it already, and
And you said this is Gallagher.
yeah, it's a new release
I might
that
need to
came out.
get a sample set of that house as well.
Yeah, I would. I definitely would. I think I have the card here. I can't really. I think it. Yeah, here it is. I got it in. I got so many of these card samples, but yeah, that would be it. Ginfinity.
Okay.
So yeah, in the opening you get coastal botanicals, the coconut water, violet leaf, lavender, gin, and it has this other interesting note in the dry down. You know, think of like a brand new suede smell, brand new suede, but a little lighter and cleaner.
That
It's
makes
got
sense.
a different type of suede in there. It's like a new suede, but it's clean, like a brand new suede jacket.
I got you. I got you.
So it's really interesting.
That's uh, a unique, I should say,
Yeah.
combination of notes, gin, cucumber, fresh
Oh,
new suede.
I can put the announcement out. My personal custom blend fragrance will be in my hands May 26th from
Okay.
Sensual Obsessions.
Congratulations, Chief.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
Let me
Um,
let me know where I can get a win and where I can get a sample. I definitely know. Get my nose on it and check it out.
yeah, I am looking forward to that. So I'm certain I'm gonna have to let it macerate for 4 to 6 weeks because the scent will change over time and reach its full potential. But
Oh, so it's
I,
not coming macerated already?
no,
Okay, I got you.
he just, I think he opened another store elsewhere somewhere in Florida.
Okay,
I think he has 2 stores, but he just fills them up and ships.
okay.
I mean, some companies are like that,
Yeah, for
some
sure.
aren't. But, I think one of the Middle Easterns used to be that way
A
before
lot,
Latafa
a lot
got
of them
big.
still are like that. Most
Yeah.
renditions,
Latafa used to before they blew up, they used to let them macerate and then they would ship them out. They don't do that no more.
yeah.
But it
You
makes
gotta,
sense.
you gotta.
Once you go big and major and you got money coming in, you really can't sit there and just let it macerate and then ship it out.
You can if you want people to get the full,
Yeah.
because that can throw some people off, like myself, where I'm buying the fragrance to smell like what I smell or sample. I
Yeah.
don't. I'm not buying it to let it sit. Granted, I have the catalog to allow it to sit, but I shouldn't have to. If that makes sense. But
Yeah, you shouldn't.
if you don't mind, send me the guy's page as well as the link to his fragrances and your fragrance, so I can check it out.
Yeah, if you like patchouli, he's got an interesting patchouli scent. And I think you came across one of his fragrances, which was Mist of Time.
Yes. So I was planning on checking the house out, but I
I
just
I have a sample of that. He sent me that.
it's supposed to be creative vintage and baccarat. It's nice. It's actually good, but in my opinion, I have the best creative vintage of baccarat. Filling fused fragrances, even more
I think
from
he's
novices. But
hmm.
Mr. Time is good. I enjoy it. Um,
Yeah, I have a sample of Mist of Time. I didn't check it out yet. Um
it was redundant for me since I already had something of that DNA.
The other two I talked about during my live stream last Sunday was Sunscape. That is my least favorite from Gallagher. I didn't It's not bad. It's okay, but it's not my favorite. Um, maybe I'll let it grow on me. It is unique. It is totally different, but it's not something I would reach every day for.
Makes
But
sense.
what's unique about it is not many people work with a specific floral. And
Which floor is that?
last year, my neighbor grew these flowers in his garden. He's a
Okay.
green thumb and he grows his own veggies as well. But he grew bluebonnet blossoms.
Mm,
And I was familiar with that scent already. And Sunscape by Gallagher has bluebonnet blossoms. So when I put my nose to it and I'm like, this is familiar. Once I was picking up that floral, I'm like, hmm, this is bluebonnet blossoms. Not many people work with that note. It's not in a lot of fragrance, you know, but it's nice. It's a different type of like fruity floral fragrance. It's got some kind of chord in it that was different called Texas Sunshine.
okay.
It's got brown sugar, musk, honeydew, bergamot at the top with that bluebonnet blossom. It's not bad. It's my least favorite. I'm still gonna spend some time with it. Yeah, Pineapple was pretty good by Gallagher.
I'm assuming that has some type of apple and pineapple in it.
It's got Magnolia, the green apple. It's not overly sweet. It's more like a fresh bite out of a fresh green apple
Okay.
behind the pineapple. And the pineapple there, it reminds me of going to my local fresh produce market and buying a fresh pineapple, taking it home and slicing it up and smelling it. That's what the pineapple reminds me of. So it's done pretty good. The jasmine, it's there, but I feel like with that pineapple being used and that green apple kinda tones down the overall scent of jasmine, and then you get some dry woods, musk, and ambrette. Really good. I find it to
Sounds like
be
it.
I find it to be a unique tropical scent for the summer. Summer day, maybe summer evenings. Well, it's pretty good. Now, the other one by Gallagher that I really enjoy, that stands out to me the most, and it's their most complex scent they ever done, is purple powder. It's literally has 50 ingredients in it and a lot of
Mm.
notes. And Dutch, he likes this one. It's his favorite. This one and Wicked Good is his favorite too.
And these are all from the House of Gallagher.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is discontinued because it's according to the perfumer's wife, Mindy, it's hard to make. So
Okay.
eventually I'm going to add a full bottle. But as I'm looking right now, eventually I think I'm just going to pull the trigger and get Ginfinity. I really like how it performs for me. And that's why I'm kind of on the fence with Desert Rain. These are two different scents,
I was just
but
about to ask, are they two different scents or are they redundant? If they're not redundant, then potentially
but
you could, you could
with that gin and I just find myself more interested in this over Desert Rain,
makes
you
sense.
know? And to, you know, I just Desert Rain's good. It's just like I can't picture myself wearing it all the time compared
Understandable.
to this new release by Gallagher. I see myself wearing that a lot because I really like this scent profile. And I
Definitely
like
understandable.
cucumber. I like violet leaf and lavender. And so yeah, I'm looking to grab that one.
Hey,
So,
you got to get what you like that fits your taste.
yeah,
So I get it. I'm gonna go ahead and recap
yeah,
my reason for Desert Rain before I get ready to head out. But as we spoke about a little bit earlier, you know,
yes,
summertime business to work, everyday driver.
yeah,
For me, it's all about uniqueness as well as versatility, projection, performance, and is it going to serve the purpose that we are looking for it to serve? And for me, high heat, desert rain gets that job done. As I stated, a fresh juniper aldehydic citrus-like fragrance with a cooler sensation from that like that air right before it rains. Hint of sweetness with some woods, man. High heat, desert rain, it's going to work. Compliment magnet. I highly recommend it. As y'all see, it is my pick for the high heat fragrance. And actually, I wore it last week. I might wear it again this week because the heat is definitely going to in. It was 96 degrees today. As you
oh,
heat,
wow,
yeah, as your
it was
heating
hot by you. Mm,
worked wonders. Performed today. Every bit of before it became a skin scent. Every bit of 7 hours, seven and some change. But this is that one. It's one of those ones. I highly recommend y'all know at least sample it, experience it,
I might
uniqueness,
I might
versatility.
just sit on Desert Rain for a little while and let it grow on me a little longer.
That's what it did to me because I smelled Desert Rain before it released at a day three event, and I said I liked it, but I needed to spend more time with it. I got a sample of it, blew through the sample because I once I started wearing it, I enjoyed it, and then eventually ended up getting a bottle.
Yeah, I like what Michael Paul does. He does amazing work. So far, Bonnie, that's a
Yeah.
beautiful mango. I find the mango to be more like maybe the fleshy part of the mango itself. It's not
Mhm.
overly sweet. Nothing. I don't find it like synthetic.
The
It's more of a like I find it to be more like a natural mango
I can
kind of
agree.
scent.
The mango pays in the background on my skin. The
Yeah.
papaya comes out more on my skin than the mango. So a lot of people says the mango fragrance to me is more of a papaya with
Okay.
a hint of ripe, realistic mango. Um, but I do enjoy it. That is I got a 10 ml of that as well. I haven't decided if I want a full bottle yet, but because that's a vacation scent for me, and
Yeah.
I have a myriad of vacation scents that I enjoy. So it would have to get worked in a rotation. So unless I just end up blowing through the 10 ml, I think I'm good with the 10 ml for now. But it's a beautiful scent.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, yeah, Imma save that new, Gallagher release they're launching at the end of the month, so I don't really wanna talk about it right now,
No doubt.
but this one is a extrait de parfum, and some of their extraits perform.
Mm.
I've got a bunch of samples from their pearlescent line, and I was blown away. Um, it was the first time I bought 2 samples, and I was watching Stay Fresh Productions talk about a couple he got sent over, which was, um, Crimson Veil and Resinwood, so I bought their fall and autumn discovery set,
Yeah.
and it came with those 2. They sent me 4 extras on top of that, discovery set, and when I put my nose to Crimson Veil, I was like, "Wow, what are these guys doing? Because this is good." It's Crimson Veil is now discontinued. I don't know why, because that is a beautiful fragrance, and it's like a peppered medley over some rose A little bit of citrus and woods, and man, does it perform. It's such a beautiful fragrance. Man, really good. You really get like a peppered medley besides, pink pepper or red berries or black and black pepper or teamer pepper. It has like different types of pepper in there. And it
Mm.
was really, really done right, smooth, and I'm sad that they discontinued it because I couldn't get a full bottle. And I wanted that one because I really like how it wears on me. It performs so good for me. And I emailed them today and I'm like, ah, shucks, you're discontinued Crimson Veil. Why? That was a beautiful fragrance.
Did they email you back?
Yeah, and they're like, "Yeah, unfortunately, it happens." I was like, "Is there any way you can make one for me? I'll be gladly to pay." I like that scent. So it may or may not happen, but hey, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And the other one that's good is resin wood. That is different. That is entirely unique. I find it to be great for fall and winter, but like an evening scent,
Okay.
and it's got a slight metallic metal tone to it of, like, hot steel, but
Mm.
very dark, very smoky and earthy. Really good one. It's definitely different than anything I put my nose to.
Sounds like the scent to put on when you on the Harley, you on the bike with your leather jacket.
Yep, yep, that's that kind of one. That's, gritty, kill the lights, that would be my scent when I'm out on a motorcycle. It's very dark, smoky.
Makes sense. Makes
And
sense.
then, the other 2 that's unique, Skydive and Glowberry by Gallagher.
I'm gonna have to end up
Yeah,
just go ahead
I
and
would
getting
get
this
I would
discovery set
yeah, maybe
of
just,
Gallagher.
when you purchase it, give them the order number, maybe send them an email and ask for, like, different if they could possibly send different, like, samples on top of your discovery set. That's what I did, if it
Okay.
was possible, so they sent me, you know and then luckily, I got 5 free samples that came in just the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, so
I'm
Imma
gonna
save
definitely
those.
I'm gonna definitely get my nose on it. And actually, when I get the sample set, if you want to, if you don't mind, since you got a lot of experience with the house, we can do the live together on my channel and you
Okay.
know bounce back and forth as I try them out.
Yeah.
Compare our thoughts on them.
Yeah, another good one is Cadence. I think it's still available. You like plum, right?
Yeah, I
You
do.
enjoy the plum alright, this one's got plum, very spicy, serrano pepper, it's got some lavender, pine, tobacco, and it's got cade oil, so it's quite smoky, and it's got oak wood. It's a good one. It's definitely different, but it's good.
That sound like fall and winter to me.
Yeah. Far as summer, Rosie All Day is another good one. That's perfect for the summertime. Rosie All Day.
Okay.
That's a good one. You get this really nice, like, apple crisp scent in the opening, you got plum and a beautiful rose. And you also I almost wanna say, like, Tonka, brown sugar, and it's got this metallic dry down of stainless steel, but it has
I
this really nice dark rose, and
think
this
that's
is a good one.
the second time I heard you mention that stainless steel note with one of their
Yeah,
fragrances. They must use
yeah.
that, quite a bit.
Yeah, I think Spence owns this bottle or a sample, and he likes this one. It's his favorite. I can see why. It's good. There's no doubt about it. I noticed a lot of these smaller niche houses are starting to use, you know, that metallic dry down or mineral notes, solar
Yeah.
notes and stuff. I like that though. I like that stainless steel scent.
Hey, it brings some uniqueness to
Yeah,
to the fragrances as a whole. It keeps everything from smelling the same, everything being this
yeah,
monkey see, monkey do style, that's been going around for a while in the community. But
yeah.
my guy, I'm about to get ready to head out of here.
All right.
Man, appreciate the opportunity to come chop it up with you again on your channel. Salute to you. Salute to your subscribers. Peace and love to everyone. Like I said, when I get that discovery set, I'm definitely let you know so we can schedule that live and
Yeah,
chop it up and talk again.
yeah, for
Appreciate that.
sure. All right.
But
Peace
peace and
out.
love. Blessings, y'all.
Yeah, I'll see you. Well, it was great to have him on my channel again. So I thought I would just chop it up for a little while with all you guys here. So yeah, so somebody said here, Shark Boy, what's favorite Latafa? What's my favorite? I'm not really a huge fan of Latafa all that much anymore. Other than I think the only one that really impressed me was Latafa Assad Elixir. Other than that, I think Fire and Ice was decent by Latafa. The Latafa cameras, I just recently gave them away. I got rid of them. I gave them to my brother, and, they're decent. They're not bad. I might even check that Latafa camera Waha because I feel like it's not even a dupe of anything. I think that one will be decent to check out. But other than that, I'm a huge fan of Gallagher fragrance. Um, I was lucky to even get a free sample pack sent my way to check out, and they got a brand new release dropping at the end of this month. It's not out yet, but I'm not going to say nothing until they do their launch. But I am really liking this scent profile that they got for the pearlescent line, and I'm gonna definitely get a full bottle of this. There's no doubt. This is absolutely fantastic. So once they launch their newest fragrance for the pearlescent line, then Imma talk about this. But until then, I'm not gonna say nothing. It's that mutual respect that you gotta have for certain brands. So, yeah, I'm impressed with what David does with his creations, what he brings to the fragrance community. So, I'm a huge fan of Gallagher fragrance. So, if I was to name right now in 2026 my top 5 favorite, all-time favorite small indie niche houses, yeah, Zaharoff, Gallagher, Day 3, and there's a couple other ones, Argos, and, I just got my nose into another unique, uh, niche house not too long ago, City Rhythm, that's another one. I'm not too familiar with City Rhythm, but I plan on adding a Rhythm fragrance soon, and I think I'm gonna add Savannah, or I think I'm gonna get 8641. Between those 2, and Grim, I think you bought one of those City Rhythm fragrances, if I'm not mistaken, but that's another house I need to add to my wardrobe is either Savannah or 8641. One of those 2, far as City Rhythm goes. But I hear City Rhythm is pretty good for a niche house. So what's up, Joel? How you been, bud? And you got Mason Crivelli Santal. That is a beautiful fragrance. Let me know what you think of that Latafa Kamra Waha. I saw the scent profile. It does look pretty interesting. Far as a Latafa goes, I'm curious to hear about it, and I'm curious to see what you say. So I think it's been about what, 80 minutes? I might shut it down here in the next 10 minutes and get to working on changing my background. I got a bunch of other furniture that just came in today, so I got a bunch of other stuff to do tonight. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go scroll down here. Oh yeah, stainless steel Azzaro chrome. Yeah, I forgot about that one. In fact, I haven't worn any of my Azzaro chrome flankers in a minute. It's been a while. Um, I have that Azzaro chrome, that 2024 reformulation release. That one they did a better job, but I haven't worn anything from Azzaro in a minute, far as fresh and clean goes. I really enjoy that Chrome Aqua. That's a good one. Chrome Extreme, I would say, is my favorite, all-time favorite. And the thing I like about Chrome Extreme, it's kind of similar to Aqua di Gio Profondo. The only difference is I find Chrome Extreme smoother. You don't get that mineral harsh opening like you do with uh, Aqua di Gio Profondo. So I like Chrome Extreme better. And I haven't worn Aqua di Gio Profondo in a minute either. I don't hate it. I still like it. I just don't really reach for it as much anymore. And I haven't really seen any other releases that really interest me to really explore more in the Aqua di Gio line. The only one I really liked, but you can't get it anymore, is Profumo. That was the best. I think that was the best one. That Elixir, was okay. Didn't care for it. But, yeah, I'm just waiting on my personal fragrance. It's finished. It should be here May 26th. So I'm curious to see how that my new fragrance is gonna be. So I'm looking forward to that. Acqua di Gio Essenza. Oh, you bought that one. Okay. You had to go on a hunt to find that one since it's discontinued? I'm certain you had to. Um, let's see here. So, I think if I'm not mistaken, didn't Versace just drop or is dropping another Hawass flanker? I could have sworn it's Thunder. But then saw something on on Instagram, another one, Hawass Exotic. Oh, okay. Huh. There is a couple other Canadian websites I came across recently that ship my way. I haven't really checked anything out. I haven't seen anything catch my eye to be in my comfort zone far as my budget goes, but I didn't go too crazy this month with wanting to buy fragrance. So I got a bunch of samples here. So I will be talking about these throughout, the oncoming weeks and put out my impressions, reviews, and all that good stuff in scent of the day. But I'm waiting for Zaharoff TLTG reviews, pleasure over business to arrive. I'm looking forward to that one and see what it's like because I'm hearing it's a, uh, what is it? A higher concentration and like the original, but better. So I can't wait to see what that one's like. I'm looking forward to that. And far as next month goes, I'm thinking about getting a discovery set of Lorenzo Pazlia, however you say his last name. I found a discovery set that comes with all 4 samples, including sangria. So I'm looking to grab that. And I'm probably going to get another Gallagher fragrance. I think I'm going to pull the trigger on Ginfinity. I really, really like how this one is performing for me. I'm getting really good performance. Um, it projects pretty decent, and it has a beautiful scent trail. And I like gin and fragrance, so it's a really unique note. I think it comes with that. I would have to look at the website to make sure. I think it comes with that, sangria, a bunch of other ones. I think it comes with Speechless as well. So next month, I want to get at least a couple niche, maybe one budget friendly fragrance, a discovery set, and maybe I want to get a new designer release. And I think I'm just going to go with White Iced Cologne. Or I'm going to get that Polo 67 Extreme. Or I'm gonna get that other version, that light blue Pour Homme 2026 reformulation. I hear that one hits different and it's good, and I'm probably gonna lean towards that. All depends. But I hear Lorenzo has a really nice vanilla fragrance, and um I think, Aromatics Forbidden Fruit, I believe that is the direction they were heading to do something a twist off that sangria DNA, but the way it was done, I kinda get that, like, gummy worm sweetness from it, boozy gummy worms. It's not bad. It's pretty decent, but I think that one is best for summer evenings. It's something where it's uplifting, kinda has that uppity beat where you wanna go clubbing. That's the kind of fragrance you wanna wear. But either way, I just got an Android tablet. I might start again or go on other people with the info in my hand. Okay, cool. Sounds good, Joel. Hey, you're more than welcome to come on my channel anytime you want, where we could just go crazy and talk fragrance. So let me know if you do decide and start again. DM me. You're more than welcome to be on my channel. I'm not picky. I wouldn't mind having you on my channels sometime from time to time. That's another thing. I eventually gonna get somebody else on my channel too. He's a good friend of mine. He's like my little brother, and he looks up to me as his bigger brother. And he watches a lot of my content when he's not busy, you know, but eventually Imma get him out on my channel sometime. Hopefully soon or not, and I'm certain he's watching my live stream right now, but either way, Imma get him on my channel because the way me and him vibe, this would be good for him, especially in front of my regular audience, my regulars on my channel. He has good taste. He has such a beautiful wardrobe. He has good taste in fragrance. And I like how he does some of his scent breakdowns when we talk on the phone. Sometimes he texts me and gives me recommendations to check out as well. So eventually, you know, I'm gonna have him on one of my live streams sometime. Probably not now, but maybe, you know, sometime this year down the road. Because he's very knowledgeable as well. And and I think it's time for him to get out there and do his thing. So we'll see. I thought I would throw that out there. Um, let's see. There was another thing I was gonna say. Far as um, I'm thinking about doing a free giveaway, and I will be talking more about it when that time comes. But, you know, this is for my regular subscribers who have been since day one. It's my way of giving back, and people would have to live in the United States only. But eventually, I will be doing a free giveaway, and when it gets closer to that frame, I will post up a short. I'll do a video and I'll deliver the details, but Imma be handpicking some beautiful fragrances, full bottles only, no decants or any of that. So I thought I would throw that out there. And it's gonna be my way of giving back to my community. So eventually some people can have some beautiful fragrance in their wardrobe. And I'll talk more about that when it gets close to around August. So keep an eye out on my short and a long form video, how the free giveaway is going to work. As long as you live in the USA only. So I think it would be fun. And I'm going to just do that randomly. Each milestone I hit, I will do a random giveaway. Le Falcon Rosella autograph. Smells like Roja Dove Isola Blue. Hmm. What's affordable must buy? Affordable must buy your liking these days. Huh. I had something that was I got my nose on not long ago. That was kind of like, mm, no, it wasn't like Isola Blue, but it was by Zakat. And man, did they nail that one. Elysium Porom. I couldn't believe how close they got. That's what I wore the other day. Zakat, you are my fire, which is like 90% close to the real God of Fire. And since I've let it macerate over so many months, man, did that one it performs now. I think I've had that bottle for a good 10 months, and it actually has better performance now. But man, is that a good one too. I forgot about those, but it's about 8 o'clock. I think I'm gonna shut it down because I gotta redo everything in my background. It's gonna be a long night. I'm gonna be up and redoing my background so it looks more like me. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it for stopping by, watching me and my boy Soulful Sente have a little bit of madness going on. I will have another episode coming soon, episode 4, probably towards the end, probably mid-June. So, till next time, you know the drill. Stay safe, God bless, and smell your best.